Okay, so try to picture this. An island, right? It's larger than the entire country of Mexico.
I mean, it's just massive. Hard to even comprehend that scale.
It is. But then you take the entire population, every single person living there, and you could drop them into London.
And they wouldn't even fill up a single neighborhood.
Not even one. It's a place with literally zero highways connecting its towns.
None. Zero. You actually can't drive from the capital city to the next town over.
And the weather, it's brutal. You're talking winter temperatures hitting -50. The sun just disappears for months at a time.
It sounds like the edge of the world, a frozen wasteland.
Exactly. But to a world leader or, a CEO in 2026, it's not a wasteland at all. It's the ultimate geopolitical prize.
And that's the big pivot, isn't it? We're diving deep into Greenland today, but not the one you see on postcards.
No, not the colorful houses and icebergs.
Right.
We're talking about Greenland as potentially the absolute center of the future global economy.
It's the fulcrum. And the real irony in all of this is that the catalyst is climate change. The melting ice is what's making this all possible.
As the ice melts, it's revealing two things.
Two huge things. First, a shortcut for all of global trade that completely redraws the map. And second, the raw materials we need to build, well, everything in the 21st century.
So this isn't about snow anymore. It's about who owns the future. And a big piece of that future is buried right under the ice.
It really is. We have to get a little technical here because the stuff under Greenland isn't just rock, it's a huge chunk of the periodic table.
Specifically rare earth elements. And that term gets thrown around a lot.
It does, but these things are critical. You have a smartphone, right?
Of course.
That little vibration motor inside it, that needs an element called neodymium. You can't make it without it. Or think about electric cars. The motor in a Tesla or a Rivian needs dysprosium and praseodymium.
And it goes way beyond just consumer tech, right? The military applications are huge.
Oh, absolutely. The guidance systems in Tomahawk missiles, the controls in an F-35 jet, they're like the invisible muscles of modern technology.
Okay.
Without these elements, our high-tech world just stops.
It literally stops moving.
Precisely. And this is where the real panic is setting in for Western governments. Right now, there's a huge single point of failure. China. They control over 80% of the global processing for these elements.
And that's the key distinction, isn't it? The processing, not just the mining.
That's the crucial part. You can dig this stuff up in other places, like California or Australia, but for decades, you had to ship the raw ore to China to get it refined. It's a dirty, difficult, toxic process. And frankly, the West just outsourced it.
They mastered it while everyone else was looking away.
And now they have a chokehold. If Beijing decides to turn off that tap, which they've threatened to do before, the West's entire tech industry just grinds to a halt.
No more iPhones, no more wind turbines, no more EVs. It's a massive national security issue.
Exactly, which is why these geological surveys of southern Greenland are so important. We're talking about sites like Bavannefeld and Tanbreeze.
And these aren't just like regular mines. They contain billions of tons of this ore.
Billions. And it's what's called a multi-element deposit. So you get a whole cocktail of valuable elements in one go.
So whoever develops these mines,
they break the global monopoly. It's a tectonic shift. You're not just opening a mine, you're securing the entire supply chain for the next 50 years.
Okay, so that's the treasure chest buried in the ground. But there's this whole other layer that's happening on top of the water. The Polar Silk Road.
It almost sounds romantic, but the economics behind it are absolutely ruthless. You have to look at the climate data.
Right. For 2026, the ice is retreating at about, 13% per decade?
Which is incredibly fast. That means the Northwest Passage, which used to be a death trap for explorers, is becoming a reliable shipping highway.
The numbers are just undeniable. If you're shipping goods from, say, Shanghai to Rotterdam, the normal route is through the Suez Canal.
Correct. Which takes about 35 days. And that's assuming everything goes smoothly.
But if you go over the top, along the Arctic coast of Greenland,
that trip drops to 22 days.
Wow. That's almost 2 full weeks faster.
It's a 40% time saving. You save millions of dollars in fuel on every single trip. And, maybe just as important, you avoid all the geopolitical hotspots in the Middle East.
So it's faster, cheaper, and safer. It basically turns Greenland into the Singapore of the North.
That is the perfect analogy. Singapore got rich because it controls a choke point, a toll booth for trade. If Greenland develops its ports in Nuuk or Ilulissat,
They control the new toll booth.
and that gives them incredible leverage. The world powers see this coming. China's already declared itself a near-Arctic state, which is a bit of a stretch.
A huge stretch geographically.
But it shows their intent. And Russia has reactivated 50 old Soviet-era military bases up there.
So the Cold War is literally becoming a hot war for these cold shortcuts.
Yeah.
But, and this is the big question, if the treasure is there and the route is opening up, why isn't this happening already? Why doesn't Nuuk look like Dubai?
The infrastructure debt. This is the brutal reality check. The moat around this treasure is just immense.
We mentioned it before, no highways.
Fewer than 100 miles of paved road. On an island bigger than Mexico?
That's just, it's so hard to wrap your head around.
So imagine you want to build that mine. You can't just drive your equipment there. There are no roads. You have to build the port first. Then you have to build the road from the port to the mine site.
Every single bolt, every worker, every gallon of fuel has to be shipped in or flown in.
During a tiny summer window, the
Yeah.
upfront cost is astronomical. We're talking hundreds of billions of dollars just to get started. And then there's the ground itself, the permafrost.
Which is melting.
Exactly. It's the great paradox. The warming that opens the shipping lanes is also turning the ground you need to build on into mush. Runways are buckling, buildings are cracking.
You're trying to build a billion-dollar industrial site on what is essentially a sponge.
That's it. So the skeptics look at all this and call it the Greenland hype, a fantasy, a logistical Everest that's just too expensive to climb.
It's like finding a treasure chest, but it's on the moon, and you have to build the rocket ship first.
And even if you could build the rocket ship, there's another factor that gets ignored in these big geopolitical plans.
The people.
The human element. This isn't an empty lot. 57,000 people call Greenland home.
And around 90% are Inuit, with a culture that's been there for thousands of years.
And for them, this isn't an asset. It's their home, it's their history. And local polling is very clear on this. 85% of Greenlanders reject the idea of being sold.
Well, you can't blame them. It feels so colonial, the idea that Washington or Beijing could just write a check.
They've been moving away from colonial rule towards self-governance for decades. They want full sovereignty, not just a new landlord.
But that leads to what you could call the independence paradox, right? Because more than half of them want independence from Denmark today.
They do, but the numbers don't add up. Greenland's economy relies on an annual subsidy from Denmark, a block grant,
How much is it?
about $600 million a year. That's what keeps the schools and hospitals running. If they declare independence tomorrow, that money vanishes. The economy would completely collapse.
So, to be free, they need their own revenue. And to get that revenue, they need the mines.
The mining royalties. That's the catch-22. But the current government, under Prime Minister Isgid, has made it clear they won't just destroy the land for money.
That was the uranium ban in 2021, right?
It was. It effectively stopped the giant Kavanagh Field project because the rare earths there are mixed with uranium. It was a signal to the world that they won't sell their soul for profit.
It's an impossible position.
Yeah.
You're sitting on the winning lottery ticket, but cashing it in might poison your home. And while they're having that debate, the rest of the world is getting very impatient.
Which brings us to the standoff happening right now in 2026. Things have really escalated.
The Trump administration's move to slap that 10% tariff on Denmark and other European allies.
And the diplomatic chatter is clear. It was specifically about this Greenland standoff.
Washington is calling Greenland a strategic necessity. Why that phrase? What makes it a necessity?
It's about missile defense, the Golden Dome project. With Russia and China developing hypersonic missiles, the U.S. needs radar installations in the high north to see them coming.
And Greenland is the only place that gives them that perfect line of sight.
Geographically, it's the only place. So for the U.S., this isn't just about money or rare earths anymore. It's about homeland security. They feel they need to be there.
And Denmark's response was incredible. Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen said, "Geography does not negotiate."
It's such a powerful line. She's basically saying that if allies start bullying each other over territory, then the whole idea of NATO just falls apart.
So we have a total stalemate. Greenland has a tiny GDP, just over $3 billion, but trillion-dollar potential. The population is shrinking, but the world's superpowers are circling.
It's a completely unique situation. Usually valuable real estate is a booming city. Here, the value is in the emptiness and the location.
So if we step back and pull this all together for everyone listening, What's the final verdict?
I think the verdict is that buying or controlling Greenland is just. It's infinitely more complicated than a real estate deal.
You're not just buying land.
No, you're buying a frozen treasure chest you might not be able to open. You're buying a massive infrastructure bill for one of the harshest places on Earth.
And, most importantly, you're buying a population of 57,000 people who have become masters at saying no.
That's the real key. You have to deal with the people. And they are caught in this impossible bind. The key to their freedom is their feet, but digging it up could destroy everything they value.
It makes you realize independence isn't just a declaration, is it?
Not anymore. In the modern world, independence is a luxury that requires a very stable bank account. And until Greenland can find a way to fund itself,
It's going to remain the most desirable, complicated, and expensive piece of real estate on the entire planet. It just changes how you look at the globe.
you'll never look at a map the same way again.
We'll leave you with that thought. Thanks for diving in with us. Stay curious.
Stay curious.